Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Maitland Explains. As always, I'm your host Maitland, and today we'll be discussing server migration. This is a topic that many shy away from, but I hope to take the fears away and break it down into something anyone can do with the right knowledge. You first have to understand why you are migrating your server. You may want to upgrade your current hardware so everything runs faster and is more reliable. Or maybe the hardware you're on now is becoming slower and outdated and it's apparent it will not be supported going into the future. Often, you may just want another instance of MEX to test on, which doesn't affect your real system. If this is the case, you probably don't even need to migrate servers at all. We have a tech tip which guides you through setting up a test instance, quick and easy. The link is in the description. When I say server migration, it sounds fanciful and technical, like you need an IT degree just to look at a server. But with the help of this video and a few of the other resources I'm about to show you, I think anyone with basic computer knowledge can do it. With that said, let's get right into it. There are two parts to a complete MEX server migration: data server and database. Depending on your situation, you may only need to migrate one or the other, but let's start with database migration. Before even beginning a database migration, you have to check if the server you are migrating to has the same version of SQL or a higher version installed. You won't be able to continue if the new server has a lower version. Once you've checked this, migrating a database only consists of 3 steps. Step 1. Back up your database. Step 2. Restore the database on a new server. And Step 3. Ensure that the MEX user SQL account has permissions to access the newly restored database. You will find a detailed step-by-step guide of doing exactly these 3 steps in the description. Once you've finished these steps, your database migration is done. I would also recommend setting up automatic backups, which we've explained in a tech tip found in the description. This brings us to the data server migration, which you'll need a couple things for. You'll need the MEX data server installer, which you can download from the MEX user portal, and the connection details of the database you just migrated. The database connection details can be found by adding your server's IP address with a backslash and the name of your SQL server instance. Then all you need is the name of your MEX database, which is usually MEXDB, and the username and password are both MEX user. Now run through the data server installer on the new server and follow the prompts. Eventually, it will ask you to put in the connection details to your newly migrated database, which I explained how to get just before. At the end of the installation process, it will give you a link to run MEX in your browser, which you should pass on to your MEX users. With MEX successfully installed on your new server, it's a good idea to copy the MEX documents folder from the old server onto the new server. Starting on your old server in C drive, go to inetpub, www.root, MEX data. In here you'll see a folder called Documents. Copy this onto a USB and then move the documents off the USB into the same location on the new server. Now you're done, but with just a few final considerations. MEX on the old server must be turned off. This is so users don't waste time using an out-of-date instance. We have provided a HTML file which you can paste into the MEX directory on the old server. This will tell your users MEX has moved somewhere else. You'll find that and everything else in the description. And of course, it's a good idea to send out an email letting everyone know the new address of MEX. As I said before, the address can be found in the last screen of the data server installer. Configuring and migrating servers isn't for everyone, and that's not something to feel bad about. In fact, it's exactly why we provide an online hosting service. Let us manage all the IT for you with friendly support, 99% uptime, and the ability to access your MEX wherever you have an internet connection. It's also very affordable. You don't even have to buy a new server to migrate your MEX. We'll do it for you. More information is in the description below. I hope this video and our resources has helped wrap your head around server migration. As always, you've been great, and I'm Maitland from Maitland Explains.